Welcome to the Financial Frontiers channel, where we explore the edges of modern finance. Today, we're embarking on a journey into the fascinating world of Bitcoin mining, a key process that not only secures the Bitcoin network, but also validates every Bitcoin transaction that takes place. So, what is Bitcoin mining? Well, it's a bit like the gold mining of the digital age. Instead of physically digging into the earth, we're using powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems. These problems are essentially the locks on the vaults that hold Bitcoin transactions. When a miner's computer solves a problem, the vault opens, the transactions are validated, and the network becomes a little bit safer. But that's not all. The Bitcoin network doesn't just take from miners, it gives back too. Every time a miner solves one of these complex problems, they're rewarded with new Bitcoin. This is how Bitcoin enters circulation. Plus, miners also receive transaction fees as a sort of thank you for validating transactions. Now you may be thinking, sounds great, I want to become a miner. And the truth is, anyone can become a Bitcoin miner. But it's not as simple as just firing up your home computer and letting it run. Bitcoin mining requires strategic investments in hardware and energy. You'll need a powerful computer, specifically designed for mining, and a lot of electricity to power it. It's a bit like setting up a small business. You'll need to plan, invest, and hopefully, see a return on your investment over time. It's not for everyone, but for those who are willing to take the risk, the rewards can be substantial. Now that we have a basic understanding of what Bitcoin mining is, let's delve deeper into the process. Bitcoin mining might seem complex at first, but once you understand the basics, it all starts to make sense. So, let's dive into the nuts and bolts of it all. Bitcoin mining is essentially a process that involves solving complex mathematical problems. Picture it like a supercharged Sudoku puzzle. But instead of fitting numbers into a grid, you're crunching numbers to find a unique solution. These problems are solved by powerful computers, and when they find a solution, a new block is added to the Bitcoin blockchain. This securing of transactions in a block is a crucial aspect of Bitcoin's security and integrity. Now you might wonder, what's the reward? Well, for every block a miner adds to the blockchain, they are rewarded with a certain amount of Bitcoins. This is the incentive for miners to lend their computing power to the network. But it's not all smooth sailing. The difficulty of these mathematical problems isn't fixed. It adjusts approximately every 2 weeks, depending on how many miners are active in the network. The more miners there are, the more complex the problems become. This is known as mining difficulty, and it's designed to ensure that new Bitcoins are generated at a consistent rate. Think of it as a balancing act. If the problems are too easy and there are too many miners, new Bitcoins would flood the market, devaluing the currency. If the problems are too hard and there aren't enough miners, transactions would slow down, creating a bottleneck in the system. So, the level of difficulty is constantly tweaked to keep the creation of new Bitcoins and the speed of transactions just right. It's a bit like Goldilocks and her porridge. Not too hot, not too cold, but just right. Knowing how Bitcoin mining works is the first step. But what about the tools of the trade? In the early days of Bitcoin, mining could be done with a simple home computer, but those days are long gone. The world of Bitcoin mining has undergone a massive evolution since its inception. Let's take a stroll down memory lane and explore this journey, shall we? In the beginning, miners used central processing units or CPUs. These are the brains of a computer, adept at performing multiple tasks simultaneously. But as Bitcoin grew in popularity, so did the complexity of mining. CPUs quickly became inadequate due to their low speed and high power consumption. The next stage in this evolution was the graphics processing units or GPUs. These pieces of hardware, initially designed for rendering video games and other graphics-heavy tasks, turned out to be surprisingly effective for Bitcoin mining. They offered substantially more power than CPUs and could perform many calculations simultaneously, making them a popular choice for miners. However, the quest for efficiency didn't stop there. Enter the Field Programmable Gate Arrays or FPGAs. These devices took the game a notch higher. They provided a more tailored approach to Bitcoin mining, with lower power consumption than GPUs, offering miners a more cost-effective solution. The current pinnacle of this evolution is the Application-Specific Integrated Circuits or ASICs. These are custom-built for one purpose and one purpose only: mining Bitcoin. They are incredibly efficient, both in terms of power and speed, dwarfing all previous solutions. ASICs are now the gold standard in Bitcoin mining hardware. But why is efficiency so important, you may ask? Well, Bitcoin mining is a competitive sport. The faster and more efficient your hardware, the higher your chances of solving the complex mathematical problems and earning those precious bitcoins. Moreover, power consumption is a major factor in the profitability of Bitcoin mining. The less power your hardware consumes, the lower your operational costs, and the higher your potential profits. Choosing the right hardware is crucial, but it's not the only thing to consider. Remember, it's not just about the hardware, but also about how you use it. But we'll get into that in the next scenes. Stay tuned. With the right hardware in hand, you'll need the right software to run it, and you might also want to consider joining a mining pool. Mining software is the bridge between your hardware and the Bitcoin network. It translates the complex mathematical problems from the network into a language your mining hardware understands. It also communicates the solved problems or proofs of work back to the network. This interaction is crucial for the process of mining. There are several types of mining software, each with its own unique features. Some are designed for beginners, offering user-friendly interfaces and easy setup processes. Others are geared toward experienced miners, offering advanced features and options for optimization. But all mining software serves the same fundamental purpose: to facilitate communication between your hardware and the Bitcoin network. Now let's talk about mining pools. Mining Bitcoin alone can be a daunting task, especially given the massive amount of computational power required. That's where mining pools come into play. A mining pool is essentially a group of miners who combine their computational power to increase their chances of solving the mathematical problems and earning Bitcoin. In a pool, when a member successfully mines a block, the reward is shared among all members, based on the amount of computational power they contributed. Joining a mining pool can offer several advantages. For one, it can provide a steady stream of income, as opposed to the all-or-nothing approach of solo mining. It can also reduce the risk of not earning anything, as the chances of a pool finding a block are significantly higher than those of an individual miner. However, mining pools aren't without their drawbacks. There are fees to consider, which can eat into your profits. Plus, you're placing a lot of trust in the pool operator. If they decide to act dishonestly or run off with the rewards, there's not much you can do. Now that we have our gear and our team, it's time to get to work. Setting up your mining rig might seem daunting, but with a bit of patience and know-how, you'll be up and running in no time. Let's take this step by step. The first thing you'll need to do is assemble your mining rig. This includes mounting your graphics cards onto your motherboard and connecting everything to your power supply. Remember, safety first. Always ensure that your rig is set up in a cool, well-ventilated area to prevent overheating. Once your hardware is in place, the next step is to install your mining software. You'll want to choose a software that's compatible with your hardware and supports Bitcoin mining. Follow the software's instructions to install it onto your rig. This process usually involves downloading the software, running the installer, and configuring your settings. Now it's time to join a mining pool. Mining pools are groups of miners who work together to solve blocks and share the rewards. By joining a pool, you can increase your chances of earning Bitcoin. To join a pool, you'll need to sign up on their website and configure your mining software to connect to the pool. At this point, you should be ready to start mining. However, keep in mind that mining is not a set-it-and-forget-it operation. You'll need to monitor your rig to ensure it's running smoothly. Keep an eye on your rig's temperature, its hash rate, and your earnings. It's not uncommon to run into issues when you're first starting out. You might encounter problems like your rig overheating or your software crashing. Don't panic, these are common issues and there are plenty of resources available to help you troubleshoot. Look for online forums, guides, and videos to help you solve any issues that come up. Remember, patience is key. It may take some time to get your rig up and running smoothly, but once you do, you'll be well on your way to earning Bitcoin. And there you have it, you're now part of the global Bitcoin mining community. Mining Bitcoin is one thing, but doing it efficiently and profitably is another. To optimize your mining operation, it's not only about having the most powerful hardware, but also about fine-tuning your setup and making the right choices. Let's delve into a few strategies to help you get the most out of your mining operation. Firstly, adjusting your hardware settings can make a significant difference. The aim is to strike a balance between your rig's performance and its power consumption. Overclocking can increase your mining power, but it also leads to higher power usage and potential hardware damage. Undervolting, on the other hand, reduces power consumption but may also decrease performance. Therefore, finding the sweet spot for your specific hardware is crucial for optimization. Secondly, choosing the right mining pool is essential. mining on your own can be a daunting task, especially if you don't have a lot of hashing power. Joining a pool means you're part of a team of miners who share their hashing power and split the rewards. But remember, not all pools are created equal. Some have higher fees, others may be more or less reliable, and payout methods can vary. So do your research and choose a pool that fits your needs and preferences. Lastly, managing your power consumption is key to keeping your mining operation profitable. After all, every penny you spend on electricity is a penny less in your pocket from mining. There are several ways to manage power consumption, including using energy-efficient hardware, adjusting your mining rig's power settings, or even considering renewable energy sources. In conclusion, optimizing a Bitcoin mining operation requires a thoughtful approach to hardware settings, pool selection, and power management. It's not just about having the most powerful rig, but about using it in the most efficient way possible. Remember, every little bit of optimization can add up to a significant increase in your mining profits. With these tips, you're well on your way to becoming a successful Bitcoin miner. We've covered a lot of ground today, so let's take a moment to recap. We embarked on a journey into the world of Bitcoin mining, a process that not only forms the backbone of the Bitcoin network, but also presents an exciting opportunity for those willing to venture into this digital gold rush. We started with the basics of Bitcoin mining, explaining how this intricate process works. It's all about solving complex mathematical problems, a task that requires substantial computational power. In return for this hard work, miners are rewarded with newly minted Bitcoins and transaction fees, providing an incentive for people to participate in maintaining the Bitcoin network. We then moved on to explore Bitcoin mining hardware. From CPUs and GPUs to specially designed ASICs, we discussed the pros and cons of different options. While ASICs offer the highest hashing power, they also come with a higher price tag and power requirements. GPUs, on the other hand, offer a more affordable and versatile option, suitable for those just starting out in the mining world. Next, we delved into the realm of mining software and pools. The right software can make or break your mining operation, and joining a mining pool can help you earn a more consistent return. We covered key factors to consider when choosing these tools, such as compatibility with your hardware, user interface, and the pool's payout structure. Setting up and running your mining rig is no small feat, but we guided you through the process step by step, from assembling your hardware to configuring your software. And finally, we shared some tips and tricks for optimizing your mining operation, like fine-tuning your hardware settings and choosing the right time to mine, to help you maximize your profits and minimize your costs. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of Bitcoin mining. Here's to your success on the financial frontier.